back to Talking High Performance with Belle, and today I want to talk about a topic that can feel really overwhelming, but it's also absolutely essential for success, and that's from moving from chaos to clarity. Moving from a place where nothing makes sense, everything is a mess, we don't feel like we're on top of anything, to being really clear, really focused, really motivated. And this can be for ourselves, in our work, in our personal life, within our family, whatever it looks like for you. So whether you're dealing with a hectic work environment, whether you're juggling personal commitments, or even feeling stuck in decisions that you're making, this episode will give you the tools to cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters. But first, I want to talk to you about why does chaos happen in the first place? And the main reason why chaos happens is because we don't have our priorities in order. We're trying to do too much at once and we're not clear on what we actually want to achieve. So if you think about the last time you felt overwhelmed, was it because you were unclear about what you needed your attention on most? Or was it because you were too cluttered, you had too much going on? What was the reason? So in my coaching, I often see leaders and team members who feel really busy, and they say they're really busy, but they're not productive. And I even used to see this when I was running a business. You know, we had leaders who were really productive, moving things forward, and the ones that were really busy, but busy because they weren't delegating, busy because they were focusing on things that weren't important and weren't what they should have been doing at the time. And what are they doing? Quite often they're reacting instead of leading. And when I feel chaotic in my own life, it's because I'm reacting to things and I'm not taking that initiative that I need to take. Sometimes it's because we're following other people's agendas instead of our own as well. So this is a really common thing that comes up as well. So we say yes when we should say no. So the first step towards clarity is recognizing the difference between what's urgent and what's important, but also what's not and what can wait. And this is not only in our professional life. I encourage you to do this in your personal life as well, because if you're struggling with this in one area of life, I can guarantee that you're doing the same thing in another part of your life, and there is overflow in some area. So today I want to share with you 5 steps to help you gain clarity. And step 1 is reflection. So in order to get really clear, we need to reflect on, what is it that we want to get clear on? What's worked well? What's happening at the moment? What do we need to be better and what do we want to be better? So if you think about the past 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, what worked really well? So when you felt clear, when you had direction, what was it that allowed you to feel that way? And at the same time, when things felt really chaotic, why was it feeling that way? So that's step 1, all around reflection. Step 2 is to set clear intentions. So if your goal is to be more productive at work, set clear intentions on why is this important? What specifically do you want to be more productive with? When can you be more productive? So set the intention. I want to achieve this and this by this date. So get really clear as you can. Then step 3 is to identify the needle movers. So what will move you forward? So once you're clear and you've reflected on what works, what hasn't, once you've set that intention, what will be the needle movers to help you make this a reality? So what are the things that will get you from where you are now to where you want to be? So identify what they are. Then step 4 is to create a plan. So what does it look like? In order to get me there, what do I need to do? What needs to change? Who do I need to reach out to? Who do I need help from? When can I get this help? And begin to create that plan and get as specific as you can. And then step 5 is to adjust and be flexible. Things will always arise where we need to adjust, where we need to tweak, where we need to be a little bit more flexible in our thinking. And sometimes that can be hard, especially if you're a bit of a control freak like me. But we need to be flexible in our thinking and go, okay, this is how I thought it was going to be. This is what I thought it was going to look like. In fact, this may be a little bit better, or this might be, a little bump in the road. What can we do to adjust and be more flexible if this is something that's really important to us? So that's step 5. So if we go through those steps again, reflection, step 1, setting clear intentions. Step 2, identify the needle movers. Step 3, create a plan is step 4, and adjust and be flexible is the 5th step. So if I take a client of mine, Emma, who was managing a large project at work but constantly felt like she was putting out fires. We went through these 5 steps, which wasn't easy in the beginning, but by implementing them and tweaking, she was able to much more easily identify her top 3 priorities, and she could delegate the rest. So instead of feeling like she was always putting out fires, she was in charge. And when she took charge of the overall project, the fires weren't as frequent. Not to say there wasn't any, but they weren't as frequent. And quite often she wasn't the one that needed to put them out either. So what happened to Emma? Her stress levels dropped, but her team also thrived because finally they understood what was expected of them and they felt empowered by the extra work and responsibility they had. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Emma was a bit of a control freak at times, but the more that she empowered her team, the more capable she realized that they were. And quite often, this is what happens. So our team members can feel stagnant or bored or unsure when our direction as a leader isn't clear to them. But when we talk to them about what we want, what we envision, about our expectations, and about what our priorities are, things begin to shift. Why do they begin to shift? Because we're clear. We articulate it to them, and then they become clearer. Then they have purpose. Then they can execute on our vision. Chaos will always exist, but it's how we react to this chaos and how clear we get that will help us on the other side. So there will always be things that come up. There may always be things in our schedule that make things feel a little bit harder than what they need to be. But it's about taking control of what you can and letting go of what you can't or what you don't want. So your challenge this week is to pause for 5 minutes every morning, to write down what are your top priorities for the day and commit to focusing on only those before anything else, and see what happens at the end. See how life can feel different. So until next time, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life. Your coach, Belle. Are you feeling overwhelmed trying to balance work and life? If you're finding it hard to excel in these areas, it may be time for a change. The Elevate with Belle membership offers a practical solution designed to help you regain control and achieve your goals. With this membership, you'll join a community of ambitious individuals committed to real results. Twice a month, you can participate in live sessions where you'll receive actionable strategies and insights to boost your productivity and work-life balance. And if you can't attend live, all the sessions will be recorded for your convenience. You'll also have opportunities to engage with guest experts and attend exclusive events throughout the year. If you're struggling with productivity, you can learn some effective time management techniques. If you're feeling burnt out, you can get some strategies for better work-life integration. And if you're lacking energy, I can help you with tools to help you stay motivated and inspired throughout the day. And this is just an example of some of the things we'll be covering. So if you're ready to make a change, then join the Elevate with Belle membership today and let's start achieving the results you've been aiming for.